Hey Kuumbalifers, Prince here to help motivate you to live a more successful lifestyle. Now this video is all about the bad part of self-awareness. Looking inside and finding out what you have to face, what we have to face to actually accept who we are so we can achieve true self-awareness. If you haven't done so already, make sure you subscribe and you hit the little bell so you get notifications every single week when I put out the video. Now, a few weeks ago when I posted my last video, it was about self-awareness and self-love. The good parts of it. You know, understanding how to truly love yourself, but at the same time, how to find your passions, find your career, find what you love to do, what you're good at, chase it so you can have a successful life. But that's only one half. And if you think that's the half that's going to help you achieve self-awareness, it's not, okay? Now, Carl Jung had this quote saying, "Every man, no matter how absurd, will do anything to try to hide from his or her own soul." Now, what does that mean? Let's go into the fact that 95% of people think that they're self-aware. When in actuality, studies show that only 10 to 15% of people are actually self-aware. So what does that mean? We're lying to ourselves. If you want to say anybody's lying to you, the world, the media, this person, that person, no, it's you. You lie to yourself more than anybody else does on a constant basis. You, in a bad situation, me as well, will blame others. We'll blame the situation. We'll blame the job. We'll blame this. We'll blame that. But never look in the mirror and say, what did I do? What is my reality? Right? Now, the only way to truly achieve happiness is by accepting and facing your demons. Realizing what you do wrong, what you've done wrong, forgiving yourself, because that's a big step. If you don't know that you have anger problems, if you don't know that you can't control yourself in these situations or by temptation to do sexual things or any other way, you need to know that about yourself. Stop lying and blaming it on other people and know who you are. Now, true story. When I first became a GM, I became a GM of a suburban location. Okay? Beautiful location on the lake. It was amazing. Tiki bar outside, phenomenal tiki bar connected to a mall. It was amazing. Yes, it was a little bit rougher, but it was not an urban location. That was more suburban. I was able to turn around, and it was a positive work environment, positive culture. Because anyone who knows the real me, behind closed doors, I believe in power of positivity and truly being a happy and positive person to everybody. Now, the problem was, unfortunately, sometimes, because of your lack of self-awareness, you marry the wrong person, okay? Now, within that relationship, I would go to work and I would have a very positive, happy work environment, okay? Motivating. I would come home and I would get ripped apart. I would get constantly told, I forgot to put my socks away, didn't take the trash out, and oh, you're a bitch. Oh, you're not a man. But for me, I still had a yin and yang. I had home. I got to go home with my kids. That happiness of my children kind of subsided all the negativity that I got from them, which is fine. But what happened was my family grew. We had a child, and we needed more income. So I needed a job that was going to pay more, which ultimately led me to go to Applebee's, okay? I used law of attraction, which I'll teach in one of my later videos on exactly how I was able to get that job. I talked about it a few videos back, not in detail though. And when I took that location, I was hired, which is ironic, for a suburban location. It would have been amazing. I probably would have still been working there, which is why everything happens for a reason. But my lack of self-awareness, being young, I said, of course I'll take the worst store in the company. Of course, the VP comes and asks me, we can use your talents, we can use your skills, head to the worst location. Now, if I was truly honest with myself and not prideful and egotistical, I would have told him, sir, I don't think I can do that. I shouldn't take that location right now in my career, especially new at Applebee's. Give me some time. Maybe I can head over there in a couple of years. But I'm young. I'm naive. I'm not even truly honest with myself. Okay. So, bam, I jump into this urban location. All right. Excuse me, it's freaking cold out here. It's June and it's cold. All right, so I'm shivering. So bear with me. All right. Now, I move into this new location. Come in there, Mr. Positive, hoorah! All right, my first Saturday night. Peep this, all right, my first Saturday night. We're supposed to have 10 servers on the floor. I had 2. Jody and Precious, I love you guys. You still watch, some of my Snapchats, my videos. So shout out to you too. Those 2 servers, okay, were on the floor of when we were supposed to have 10. Of course, it's Saturday night, late night happy hour. So we're packed, we're full. We're supposed to have at least 2 bartenders, but 3. We only have 1. We're supposed to have at least 6 cooks. We have 3. So what's happening? My very first night in this location, I'm running around like a crazy maniac, serving tables, bartending, making drinks, running in the back, cooking food. And at that time, Applebee's had the fresh cut steaks. So I literally had to become a butcher, and I went and I butchered the steaks, okay? All in one night. I love my job, I love what I do. So it was good, and it was fine, and I could still stay positive and still stay happy. Then I would go home. The arguments would become toxic, okay? And I was saying things out of my character, and I was calling her out of her name, and we was back and forth. And I know a lot of people can relate, especially in the urban location, but even outside the urban world. It gets so nasty once you've crossed that line of disrespect. And once you have disrespected each other with the words and the way you can talk down to each other, it was toxic and horrible. So I had 3 months of being Mr. Positive, as I would say, at this location, and it was all gone. Instantly gone. I started hating my job. I started hating the staff. I started hating the clientele, because not only were people coming in, eating all of their food, and then trying to complain at the end, saying, oh, I need free food. They even posted through social media in Milwaukee. If you go to these locations, you can literally eat all your food, put a hair in the food at the end, and not have to pay for your food. Now me, I don't need that. We don't even need your money. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to create a culture to stop that. So I went so hard, and I went after every single table, understanding, look, you ate all the food, you have to pay for it. If you ate half the food, you're paying for half of it. And if you don't eat it all, let me know, and I will gladly get you something different. But if you eat all the food, you will be paying for it. You know what happened to me? I got cussed out, called a bitch, called a sellout. Constantly having people trying to fight me on a daily basis. And I always laugh at that, and even everywhere I go, these people call me bitch and sellout. I wish you guys only knew me and who I really was growing up in the lifestyle I lived. The way I had to make it out the gutter without a mom or dad or anybody helping me or telling me to go to school. So you call me these things, I laugh because, no, I didn't sell out to anybody. I'm just grinding. I'm just working, and I'm just making money. But that's a shout out to all those people who called me all those lovely names. Thank you. I appreciate you. I love my haters. Now, not only would they cuss me out or try to start scene, then if that didn't work, we'd have people start a scene or fight with each other so they wouldn't have to pay for the bill. This was getting horrible. My life went from a positive, at least at work, and then I have my kids to be positive with, to I have almost nothing. The only thing I had was my children to keep me smiling and happy, and God, of course. But I would go to work and get destroyed and ridiculed. I would get home, we'd be fighting, it got so toxic. And after one fight, I looked in the mirror and I said to myself, Prince, who are you? Who is this guy? This is not you. This is not you in the inner being. So I made a decision before I turned 30. It was a couple years ago. 2 or 3 years ago, I was 29, early 29, 20, I think. I said, I'm going to change the man I'm going to be. So by the time I am 30, I know that I will be a man of upstanding character and integrity no matter what's going on at home or what's going on at work. So I went out and got a book, which I recommend everybody go get. How to Win Friends and Influence People. Dale Carnegie. phenomenal book. All right. Now, after I finished it, I implemented the principles right away. I stopped criticizing my employees in any type of way, and I used positive reinforcement to help them find the inner them. I coached them and built them up. Then I went from there, and I would not respond or let these guests make me angry. You want to call me these names? You're absolutely right. I'm a bitch. I'm a sellout. You're absolutely right. It became less defensive, and I transformed all around my responses on the inside of who I was. So then, at home, oh, you're a bitch. You're not a man. You know what? You're right. Oh man, did that make her angry? But nevertheless, I wasn't trying to make her angry. I'm not going to argue anymore. I refuse to argue anymore. I refuse to criticize and let myself go down to a negative world. So once you are really self-aware and you've accepted what you're doing wrong, me being angry, me going after her after she responding to me, constantly cussing and constantly having bad, toxic, horrible communication, I faced reality and said, that is not the man that I want to be. That is not me. So I have to stop that. So no matter what she was doing and what she was saying over the probably about 6-month period, I wouldn't fight. And I mastered and understood. I gotta go back and work on it now because my job beats me up and life beats me up. So I need to go back and really focus on this. But I refused to argue. And after a few months, or like I said, 6 months, give or take, I realized that in this relationship, the only thing that I was going to do was attack. And eventually, if I kept getting called names, I was going to respond back. And I didn't want that to happen, so I asked for a divorce. And looking back now, what if, early before the relationship became toxic, I would pick up my socks. What if I did that? What if I took out the trash before work? What if I did those little things that I always blamed her for? But if I would have took responsibility for those little things that she was asking of me, I could have done it. And because of my pride, because of my naiveness, because of my lack of understanding what true self-awareness is, it was too late for my marriage. And that's fine, I accepted that. But it's not too late to change who you are. And it's never too late to go on a different path. So today, look in the mirror. Ask yourself, what part did you take in your failures, your mishaps, and your broken relationships, and the bridges that you've destroyed with all the relationships around you? No, but a lot. Look inside and ask yourself, are there people you don't talk to anymore? Friends you grew up with that you don't talk to anymore? That the relationship's not working because of you? If it is, maybe try to mend it. Maybe try to stop blaming others for why you're not achieving success. Stop blaming the man or blaming this person or blaming that person and take responsibility. Accept what you can't do. Accept what you do wrong. Accept what makes you angry and take steps to work on that. Okay? Now, if you didn't like this video, I need to know. Thumb down, that's fine. But tell me why. Communicate. Let's keep talking. Let's get this conversation out there. I love you guys. Sorry for the delay. I know it's been a couple weeks, but life has been getting to me. But see you guys next week.